Okay, so hey everybody, if you're just watching this replay, I forgot to start recording, so I'm in the middle of a story. So I'm laying in bed last night. It's Christmas night. I could not sleep, and I start I'm thinking about my business, right, like I always do. And I'm like, to me, today, December 26th, felt like January 1st. You know, a lot of people wait until January 1st to get started on their New Year's resolutions and all the things that they want to do. You know what I mean? It just seems like January 1st is the day, right? So I'm laying there and I'm like, no, December 26th is my day. So I know for a fact that I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to bust my butt. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to message a million people. I'm going to literally set myself on fire and blow the last few days of the month out of the freaking water. I prayed about it. I prayed for all of you guys. I prayed for the rest of our year, and I prayed for the beginning of 2018. I 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it. I did everything, y'all. I did a lot. I had a lot of time last night. I also ordered some stuff online. Stephen. So I did a lot of crazy stuff last night, but I'm just so excited, and I truly believe with all my heart that the momentum that we can create over these last few days of the month will absolutely catapult our January 1st, catapult the beginning of 2018 and make our year absolutely unstoppable. So if you guys aren't on fire, if you didn't have the same thoughts last night before you went to bed, maybe your thoughts were, oh, I don't want to get up tomorrow. I don't want to start this. I don't want to do this. I just want to eat Christmas cookies. Change your frame of mind. Flip that around. So tonight before you go to bed, let me meet everybody.
Okay, Mommy's making it.
Oh, Mommy's making something. Hang on. Okay, so before you go to bed tonight, I just want to challenge all of you guys to take a few minutes and just really evaluate yourself, evaluate where your business is at right now, what you've been doing, what you've had going on in 2017, whether you've been here with us for a year or a few months, or you're brand spanking new and you're just getting started. Think about what you want for yourself, what you want for your family, what you want for your team, what you want for your everything, for your life. Just take a few minutes and envision it, claim it. And I feel like that's what I did, is I really claimed this day, and I claimed the rest of the year, and I claimed my start to 2018, and I feel it. It's so strange, you guys. I totally feel it. And I woke up today, I got 4 new customers. And if you're brand new, you're like, neat, you got 4 customers, I got 10. But for me, I've been here for a little bit. I've been doing this for a long time, and 4 new customers in one day for me, honestly, is a really big deal. So I felt like that was a sign of things to come, and I'm really pumped up and excited, and I cannot wait to see how we're going to end things, and I really can't wait to see how we're going to, begin 2018. The fact that it's a new year really blows my freaking mind. So, Mandy, I'm going to zip it for just a second and let you take over until Rutherford can hop on.
Well, I should just keep letting you talk. This is the second time I heard that story today, and it fires me up. Because all I claimed when I went to bed last night was that I was going to try not to eat any more of the turkey to Christmas dinner.
That was also included in my prayers. Dear Lord, please let me get my life together and stop eating.
Yeah, because it was bad. You guys, I am so super pumped up, and let me tell you what, here's a big difference between the conversations I was having with people this time last year and the conversations I'm having with people today. This time last year, nobody knew what the freak ketones or ketosis was, and literally the only education they got about it was the campfire video where a guy drinks his ketones and gets a 6-pack in, I think it's 3 seconds. And that soup's awesome, but that is not even the little teeny tiny, that's just a tiny little part of what we do. Here's the difference this year. The conversations I'm having this year, I'm not explaining to anybody what ketones or ketosis is. The conversations this year are, hey, Mandy, I've been trying to figure out what diet to do starting on January 1st, and the ketogenic diet is real popular, and it seems like something I can totally do, and I remembered you sell something that can help me crush that. So the conversation is real big, the conversation is real huge, and we are the people that started it. Prove It is the people that, like, we did that, right? We made it big. We made it a big deal. So this is a really huge opportunity to really, help a lot of people. They're looking for this. They're looking for it. And if they're like me and they try it without our product, they might not be so super successful, right? Like, we all know I can only ever get to day 3. And everybody I talk to, maybe they make it to day 4. Like, they don't do much better, right? It's hard. If you've done it by yourself, it's hard. So we have a real advantage here to help a whole lot of people really actually succeed at this, because our product can really help them. So the conversation is really shifting, and that makes me so fired up. It makes our job so much easier, because half of the people we talk to, we won't have to explain what this is, right? They'll get it. They'll know. When they realize, like, you can drink ketones? Are you kidding me? When they have that epiphany, the rest is going to be cake, right? You just get to be the person who changed their life. So I'm super fired up. We have so much on the horizon, like, it's unreal. And I think back when we started this time last year, and it was like, we have orange and chocolate. And if you're real lucky, you can order some extra Max on the side. Like, that's all we had. We had orange and chocolate and Maui Punch. Like, my first kit didn't come with Maui Punch. I had to buy that separate, right? Is that all our kit came with? Our experience pack was like, didn't have Maui Punch.
I was talking about it today. I don't even think we had the option to get mixed, charged and uncharged. It was like you either got a whole charged kit or a whole uncharged kit. And I can remember thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how I would be able to afford to drink Max. Those were my first thoughts when I first got started. I thought, I'm going to be a girl because I can't afford to buy that Max, which of course I get it for free, which I'm sure all of you guys do. But now I can just buy as much Max as I want. So this year has just been unbelievable to me. And so, like, when I was talking to you guys earlier about envisioning what you want for yourself, like, and we've talked about this before too, I'm not sure if with this particular group, but we all set our goals. When we first came into Prove It, we were at a Prove It event. It was a Christmas party, and we set our goals for what we wanted to accomplish that year. And they seemed so crazy, y'all. They seemed like these huge goals that probably wouldn't even happen. I just felt like I needed to make a good one. You know what I mean? And we all three, me, Ashley, and Mandy, we all exceeded, and Steven, I don't know if he's on here, but God love him, I always leave him out. We all exceeded those goals times a million. My volume sucks, Steven just said. We all exceeded those goals times a million. Seriously. Whatever you think about tonight before you go to bed, just freaking get ready, because you're going to blow that goal out of the water. I have no doubt. And I know y'all are probably thinking, shut up, you psycho motivational speaker. But I believe it. I really, truly believe that with all my heart. I really do. Don't you, Mandy?
I do. And I'm laughing because I remember the goal that I wrote. It really is on my phone, but also because one of my goals was to be able to drink as much Max as I want, like, and not have to hide them from Jack or cry when he said I need 3 Max a day. Like that. I remember, I literally, and we have a shout out. Lacey Pace just hit rank 3. Way to go, Lacey! But I remember being on a Zoom like this with Michael Rutherford, who hopefully will be on any second. I will meet you guys back. Is that okay? Or if you want to take the kids in and come back. Poor Jack Mitchell, he gets the job of, like, being the parent, and then I just leave him out of this stuff. I just thought that.
Michael's on whenever you have to hop out, Mandy.
Oh, okay, perfect. But yeah, I remember being on a Zoom with Michael, and then I'll let him jump in, where he was like, it was like our third Zoom of the day, and I swear I had seen him already consume 3 Macs, and he shook up another one, and I was like, how can you afford all that? And he was like, well, A, half of this is free, and B, if you just have to make enough money to drink as much as you want. And like the day I didn't care about how many Macs were on my smart chip, I was like, woohoo, I made it. Like that was the sign that I was changing some lives, because I didn't have to pay for my Macs. It was great. All right, Michael, we are super, super pumped up to have you on. You totally fired up our champs a little while ago. So can you talk about this, but you do so good just on your own. So just have at us. Tell us all the things, Michael.
How about now? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hey, Kia, what's up? It says Kia driving. Nice to see you. Hey, Amanda, what's happening? There's a man standing behind you in case you didn't know he was there. Oh, man. Hey, well, look, I'm happy to be on. It's definitely kind of crazy. There's chats going on my phone. I can't see straight. There's so many chats on my phone. And yes, I'm in a dress store. No, I don't normally hang out in quinceañera dress stores, but I happen to be in one at the moment. But what a great place to do Zooms. This is a great place to meet people to want to drink ketones. We got like 4 people's samples in the 30 minutes we've been here. I think one of the things you said that was really exciting is you're not going to have a hard time getting people to get excited about ketones because the awareness is getting so big. Yeah, two or three. Actually, no, I can't. It's too loud. Can you get it? Outside of the bar. Hold on. Dress store owner. Dress store owner wants ketones. When we first started 2 or 3 years ago, I didn't know what a ketone was different from a Keystone beer. And then a year later, everybody that I was hanging around and living near, my grandparents and my mom and everybody started hearing about coconut oil. And I had a friend that owns a place called Cream of the Crop. It's like a natural foods place, kind of like a little local mom and pop Sprouts type, Whole Foods type place. Truth is, it's kind of a hippie grocery store with a bunch of food instead of drugs. So, and meds. So anyways, I asked the lady what she knows about ketones and ketosis. She goes, not a whole lot, but if it has anything to do with coconut oil and MCT oil, that's sure going big. And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, 2 or 3 years ago, we had 1 bottle of coconut oil in the store. Today, we have an entire row. That was a year ago. Now you go back 2-3 years later, there's literally an entire section for coconut oils and MCT oils, and every bar and drink and powder and shake and protein is now starting to include healthy fats. It's starting to include coconut oils and MCT oils and things like that. What's happening?
Oh, I'm good. I was just wondering if you guys sell Justice for Dogs.
So the thing that was really cool for me, is watching the awareness for ketones grow. People have wanted to learn about ketones so aggressively and so much. Like it's been fun for me watching the marketplace start growing. It's been fun for me watching the awareness of what keto is start growing, because 30 million people did the Atkins diet. None of them are still in ketosis. Sorry, some drunk guy from the bar next door went into the dress store, started talking silly, so I left the dress store. Now I'm outside the bar, trying to be quiet. So watching the marketplace start to become aware of ketones. Think about this. All of a sudden, gluten-free, the GF is on all these food menus. If you go to a Chili's or you go to a restaurant or you go to anywhere, Panera Bread, they have these little initials, GF, next to the food. Nod your head if you know what I mean. Gluten-free is like a thing. Well, 5 years ago, it wasn't. Gluten-free was nothing. Atkins for a period of time was a thing. It was all over menus at restaurants. You could you can order off the Atkins diet or the South Beach diet or the whatever diet. And now you can get soy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, all these things, right? But there's a letter called K. It stands for keto. This food is keto. This bar is keto. This drink is keto. It doesn't mean it has ketones in it. It means that it's quote-unquote on the keto lifestyle. It means it doesn't have carbohydrates or sugar in it. So you can get keto cookies, keto this, keto that. We're the only game in town selling real ketones, like actual drinkable ketones. Does that make sense? It would be like trying to compete with cruise ships, Mark, and you're selling canoes. Like, we have the cruise ship of the keto, like the keto conversation is the conversation in health and wellness, in fitness, in medicine, in the seizure community. All it's talking about is ketones. In the Alzheimer's community, all they're talking about is ketones. In the heavy fat guy community, like I used to be a part of that I'm no longer in, all it's about is ketones. That's all anybody's talking about. Go to the biohacking crowd. Go to the wealthiest CEOs in the country. They're putting grass-fed butter and coconut oil in their coffee to try to get the liver to make ketones. So they're living on ketones instead of on glucose. If you go hang around the biggest bodybuilders in the world, they're talking about ketones. If you go to anybody in health, fitness, wellness, they're talking about ketones. I met with a woman about a week ago. She owns a skincare company. It's a Botox place. They do all kinds of stuff for women, and it has to do with inflammation and all these other things. And she goes, Michael, all of the conferences I'm going to, they're talking about, using healthy fats and coconut oils and MCT oils and using the low-carb diet to rid the body of inflammation instead of eating inflammatory causing foods. Like, you eat different foods to where it reduces your inflammation. Instead of having to put all these skin cares and stuff on your face, you just change your food. And I'm like, well, that's a good idea. I said, what if you could drink pure ketones in a glass? And my point is, like, there's so many fun things about our product, and it's such a versatile conversation. No one has ever heard of drinking ketones. 30 million of them did the Atkins diet, and they haven't been in ketosis ever since. So, like, I don't know what you're going to do with it. I really don't. Like, I have no idea. But could you imagine being the person who invented, like, whatever big medical advancement in history was big, right? Like penicillin. Can you imagine being in the meeting where they're like, hey, we just invented penicillin? And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. What are you going to do about it? Hey, we just invented the protein shake. What are you going to do about it? Like, some of you remember Tiger's Milk. Remember Tiger's Milk, that bar, or Muscle Milk, or the Power Bar brand? Like, it's called Power Bar. It looked like dog poop and tasted like it too. But, like, imagine you got all these brands that were original ideas, and it took a long time for those ideas to catch. But, like, nobody's ever been a part of what we're a part of right now. There's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy, and sorry, I'll try to not talk y'all's ear off too long. And if anybody has any comments, thoughts, ideas, anything you want to learn about, hear about, us to elaborate on, throw them in the chat. I can actually read the chats as they come across. But like Brian Underwood, our CEO, always talks about Blue Ocean Strategy. It's a book, it's an idea, it's a philosophy, it's a building structure and strategy. And it has to do with find out what everybody's doing and do the exact opposite. When they're zigging, we should be zagging. When everybody's getting into the protein business, let's go get into the ketone business. When everybody's doing network marketing, let's do community-based marketing. When everybody's selling, let's educate. When everybody's pitching, let's listen. And if you think about the way that Prove It is organized and structured, we didn't go seek out and headhunt all the who's who of anything. Network marketing, fitness, we didn't pay people. We didn't promise them the moon. We just said that the product would work and we wouldn't miss commissions. We said the product would work and we wouldn't miss commissions. And if you committed to us, we would commit to you. And as being one of the very first people to sign up and Prove It, the very first day ketones were available, me and a handful of other men and women, from the very first day, that's what we've done. We've never missed a single dollar in commissions ever. And if there was an issue, once we understood what the issue was, we rectified it. Sometimes there's miscommunications, but nothing worth getting your undies in a bunch over. And from a product perspective, we've done nothing more than iterate the product, make it better, make it more powerful, make it more stomachable and more robust and a better experience. We've increased the flavors. We've stretched out different kinds of flavors. We've opened up new countries. We now ship in Canada, Australia, and many countries in Asia. Some of you have been in business for a long time, and you've never done business outside of the USA. Some traditional business, some network marketing business. You guys, we just opened up the biggest part of the world ever, and they love ketones. And we're set up very effectively there. We're set up very intelligently there. We have a large infrastructure in Greater China and Southeast Asia. We just had enrollments on our team from Hong Kong, China, and Singapore. We just had like a half a dozen people from Singapore join like a day or two ago. And it was crazy watching it grow. All of these different, oh, it didn't open. Who's got the key? All of these different, hey, Jessica, look, we got a dress. Holy smokes. We've been epic dress shopping. So we have all of these different countries that are now starting to pop online, and people are going crazy over the ability to drink ketones. And the thing that's exciting for me is I have a buddy I was on the phone with a little bit earlier who's an investor. He's in the investment business. Jessica, if you can still hear me, give me a thumbs up. All right, cool. I just got in the car, and I'm going to start driving. So in the event that the audio craps out, just give me a holler, okay? So I'm on the phone with an investor buddy of mine, and he said, the thing that you always want is you want a risk-free investment with all the upside in the world. You want an investment that's stable and isn't going anywhere, so your money's not at risk, A, and B, you want the money to not be at risk, but you want it to grow. And I started laughing, and I said, in the stock market, what is that? He goes, it's a unicorn. It doesn't exist. You want a stock that's going to go up but can't go down, or at least the likelihood of it is unlikely that it'll go down because it's stable. And we started talking about Prove It. We started talking about companies. We started talking about projects to work from. And now I'm driving, so you probably can't see me, but Jessica, it's on you to tell me if I crap out, the signal sucks, or you can't hear me, okay? So what was so fun for me is having this chat with this guy as an investor, and he was talking about the way that our business worked and about the financial timing of Prove It. And he goes, what does it mean to you to, like, from a timing perspective in business, if location is to business, or if location is to real estate, like timing is to business, where are you at in this business? And I said, well, here's what I can tell you. We paid $100 million out in commissions and then some this last 12 months. In the last year, we paid $100 million in commission out. A. B. No one you know has ever heard of ketones. No one you know has ever heard of drinking ketones. If you went to your neighbor's house to the left, your neighbor's house to the right, and your neighbor's house across the street and said, hey, pee on this urinalysis test, this keto strip, or have you ever heard of ketones or ketosis, or are you in ketosis? None of them would say yes. They've all had a meal replacement shake. They've all had vitamins and minerals. They've all had an energy drink. Every damn one of them is drinking coffee this morning already. They're already using those products. Now you got to try to convince them to switch. We have a product that's so blue ocean, they've never freaking heard of it. So we have a business that's $100 million in commissions we paid out this year, but yet nobody's ever heard of it that you know. So you got the upside without the downside. The downside is startups. Most startups don't work. 95% of them fail in a year if they get that far. Network marketing startups are even harder. But when you look at our company, we're over 2 years old. We've done hundreds of millions of dollars in commissions. Like, for real, that's how much business we've done. Just 100 million and plus paid out this year. So, like, the way that I look at what we're doing is you have all the upside from a market share perspective. No one you know knows what this is. No one you know has ever tried it. You can go to work. You can go to your doctor. You can go to your OBGYN, go to your chiropractor, go to your general practitioner, go to your lactation consultant friends, your registered nurse friends, go to anybody that you know that's in and around health, wellness, medicine, or physical fitness. Ask any of them if they have drinkable ketones or ketone supplements or exogenous ketones. None of them have anything like it. None of them, not one. What does that tell you? It means you got all the upside in the world. The market share is all yours. No one knows what it is. I can think of 8 companies right now in network marketing that do travel. 8. Minimum. 8. I can tell you 20 network marketing companies that are in coffee. I can tell you 40 of them that are in skincare. 15 of them that currently right now do essential oils. They're red ocean. Like, if you're selling products that everybody else has been selling for years, you're battling price, you're battling flavor, you're battling I don't know what. You got to have a hell of a sales environment and be fantastic at selling to convince people to switch from one thing to the other. But when we have drinkable ketones, no one's ever heard of it before. It's the definition, the epitome of blue ocean. If you've not read that book or at least been familiar with the idea of blue ocean strategy, dive into it. But like, as I sit on this Zoom and there's 100 or 200 people on this thing with just this team of people right now, and none of you have friends outside of this call that have ever heard of the ability to drink ketones, I get really excited because in a year, 2 years, 3 years, everyone you know will know what this is. And they're either going to know what it is from you or from us or from somebody else. And that's not a scared tactic. It's not. That's a tactic of, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I watched it go from no clue what it was to watching us do hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue when nobody even knows what it is. When the market catches up and starts becoming aware, because the awareness is growing right now, but when people really start to become knowledgeable of what it is and their curiosity starts getting validated because the stories of people drinking ketones start spreading around the marketplace and people start further understanding what it is and how it works, it'll blow you away by how rapidly it can grow. So I'm going to take a breath for a moment. Mandy or Jessica, or whoever wants to, any particular stuff that you want us to dive into. I can just tell you real quick as you think about that. I'm aggressively seeking partners for 2018. This team is going to put together a group, and it's going to be a very specific, highly specialized, from a interest perspective, people that have burning desire. I don't care what your skill set is. Do you have burning desire? Do you have at least a little bit of influence in the marketplace? And do you have the ability to be led, taught, and coached? Like, do you want to partner with us? Do you want to partner with me? Do you want a coach that's going to walk you through in 2018 to your goals? Like, what do you want to do in 2018? We're going to put together an organized and a choreographed launch for the new year for 2018. And if you've had goals that you are going to not hit by the end of 2017 that you want to smash in 2018, then we're going to put together a group. We're going to put together some challenges. We're going to have weekly calls and Zooms. We're going to do events. And we're going to get incredibly aggressive. So I want to encourage you to do a couple things. I'm going to give you my cell phone number right now. And I want you to be accountable to me. And I want you to be accountable to whoever else you're working with on your team that you respect and you value them and you want to build with them. Because together we can do big time stuff. Alone, good luck. Together, we can do big stuff. My cell is 858-864-3873. Text me. Tell me your name and where you're from. And if you're in on 2018, you can hit me a sentence if you want on what you want to do in 2018. Like, what is your it? Like, what do you want to accomplish? Because I can tell you right now, this year is a really pivotal year for us. We went from zero revenue to nearly 30 million a month in revenue in 2 years. Bang, bang, in 2 years. What do you think is going to happen in the next 24 months? In the next 2 years, as we go from 20 or 30 million a month in revenue to 80 or 100 million a month in revenue. First thing is we become $1 billion a year company. Second thing is a bunch of the people on this Zoom and the people that you guys bring into this community are going to do very well. You're going to do very well in your homes. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. You're going to move better. And financially, you're going to do great things. We don't guarantee anything other than the product's going to work when you drink it. And when you have people buy ketones, we'll pay you. But I promise you, I'm on the Zoom as a recruiter, as a headhunter, as an investor to find out in 2018 who wants to do something big, like who wants to change their life in 2018. And if you think this is some sort of motivational talk or something like that, you don't know me. You don't. That's okay. You might be new. But like, we just have a couple of year track record of helping people build and support people in their building and quest of their life, like getting them in January. Let's smash them. Like, let's crush them. Let's do it. So I'll shut up for a moment. Whoever, Mandy or whoever wants to, is there any particular stuff that you want to dig into or dive into before we're out of time?
Hey, I know we only have a few minutes before the Prove It review call, so I don't want to keep it on too long, but I love the idea of us working together with people who really want to dig in, so we can gather the text that you get, the text that I get, the text that Jessica gets, the text that Ashley get, or Kelly, or whoever, whatever champ you're working with. We'll collaborate as a group and either get a message thread together or a little group page together so we can communicate with each other. I think that's awesome. I think maybe just for me, Michael, just one more thing I would love for you to just chat with everybody is just like, for me, what makes this different than anything else I've ever done is what you're saying. Like, let's work together. We can't But we don't know who to help if you don't tell us that you need it. We don't know who wants to run all the time unless you tell us that you want it. So, just maybe hit on how important it is to connect up, to reach up, and not just wait for someone to reach out to you.
For sure. Jessica, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. All right, sweet. Cool. My screen's so pitch black, you can't see anything. Sorry. I think one of the real powerful things about our business is the way that the environment and the culture and the structure, strategy, and the play that works. What I mean by that is most places you're on your own. Bob's Gym, Suzanne's Hair. I know that was sexist. Sarah's Law Firm, Bill's Landscaping, whatever it is, right? It's all on you. Here, it's not the case. Here, it's a village raising a baby approach to building a business. What that means is you're not running all 400 meters alone. You're running 100 meters of the 400-meter relay race, and 3 others are going to run 100, 100, 100. What I mean by that is it's a team approach. You're not alone, and that's not rhetoric. I'm not just saying that. That's the way that we do our business. So if you have relationships with people and people like you, or the ability to meet people and them like you, you'll probably build an amazing business if you can follow directions. So there's a few qualities I think that you guys will be on the prowl for. People that have burning desire, like flat out want to win, flat out want to do something big for whatever reason. Some of them might be just financially motivated. So the only way they're going to make any is if people drink ketones. If your goal is to help lots of people live and feel better, it's impossible to do without making quite a bit of money. So they're tied together. So find people that have burning desire, A. B, people that have influence, people that have relationships, people that know people that want to help other people. And then the third component is people that are leadable, teachable, and coachable and will follow directions. Because this team environment, this relay race approach is built, so it's built for speed. It's built for somebody like the lowest common denominator activity is drink this, read this, meet my friend. Drink this, listen to this, meet my friend. Drink this, watch this, meet my friend. He or she knows more than I do, been doing it a little bit longer. Love to connect the two of you. One of the things we're going to do, Mandy, is we're going to create a private group. Whoever's on this Zoom, and only the people that are on the Zoom, can be invited to the group, and it's going to last for a week. And we're going to have really specific homework assignment in there and just a task. And it's a series of videos. Some of you may have watched them, but there's some really specific questions attached to them. The first video we're going to send to this group only. The first video is a watch, connect, and roll video. That video, I want to know 3 things. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you do the 4 vital steps? Create curiosity, watch, connect, and roll. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you do it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how well does your upline do it? How well do the people do it whose team you're on? That's going to suck, because some of you are on people's teams that don't do it very well. They keep you all to themselves, and they've never introduced you to me. They've never introduced you to half the team who makes money when you sign somebody up. And the third is on a scale of 1 to 10, how well does your team utilize you for watch, connect, and roll? How well do they follow the play that works? So how well do you do it? How well does your upline do it and your downline do it? Frankly, I don't like those words, but you know what I mean. How well do you and your team utilize the play that works? So here's what's going to be really fun. As we get the group put together, the chat put together, however we're going to do it, maybe we can chat offline, get it to go. And we're going to give step-by-step instructions. And we're going to play ping pong over the next handful of days over a series of 4 or 5 videos of how well people do these things. Rate yourself, take an assessment, increase your awareness of where you are, where your team is, and where their team is at. So at least we know what it is. And then piece by piece by piece, we're going to get world freaking class at A, creating curiosity, B, engaging and mobilizing people's curiosity to launch them, and C, how to taproot the crap out of people and build them from the bottom up. Those are the 3 things. So if you all are ready for that and you want to turn up the heat in 2018, if you can't make money with ketones, I don't know what you're going to do. For real. For real. These suckers can be demonstrated in a matter of minutes. And when somebody tastes them and tries them, they go, woo, what the heck is that stuff? So I'm on the hunt for people this year who can do big things. And I don't care what your background was. I don't care what you've made or not made in your previous life. I don't care where you're from. Don't care what you look like or sound like. I promise you I don't. So we're on the Zoom really candidly because me, Mandy, Jessica, Ashley, and the girls are getting ready to go on a run in 2018. And we're looking for people that want to do it with us. Like, let's go.
Michael,
What do you
that's
think, Mandy?
awesome. I've already started the group thread. You are in it. I posted the link to the thread in the chat. If you miss it or you can't find it, message the champ that you're working with. Message me. Message Michael, Ashley, Jessica, Kelly, whoever your Sierra, whoever your person is. We'll make sure that you're added. I am gonna hop off and scoot in because my parents are in. We had reservations that start 10 minutes ago, and my dad is texting me. I'm inside, so I'm going to go be a daughter for a little while and have dinner with my parents. But we have got this started. I see everybody asking to join. I am pumped up and ready to go. Jessica,
I love
do you
it. Well, you guys are amazing.
No, that's it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm never like, be aggressive, be aggressive. I'm just really, really ready to go. I'm super excited.
That's fabulous. Well, I'm excited too, and I appreciate y'all having me on the Zoom. It's look, it's going to be a big year. We have a lot of things in store from a product perspective, different flavors of ketones, different countries, and we're going to continue to hone in our leadership abilities, our leadership program and academy, our layered learning environment, and people are going to grow a lot. And a lot of times when people start growing, they get scared because of change, and they get nervous and they flee. They leave when pressure starts. That's not when you leave. That's when you step up. That's when you step into your greatness. When you feel awkward and nervous and scared, or when you're not sure, that's when you step up and double down, and you be the leader that you've always been, but you never knew that you could. It's like some of you have kids, and I'm done now. Many of you, when you had a baby, you were scared to death. Next thing you knew, you took the baby home from the hospital, and it was all on you to keep the baby alive. And many of you are doing a great job. Most of you, I suspect, are doing a great job. And sometimes you just pinch yourself and go, how the heck have I kept this kid alive? Our business is kind of that way too. Many of us don't know what the heck we're doing, but we're doing the best that we can. And that's all that you can ask of people. So if that sounds exciting and intriguing to you, we're going to have a big old stinking year this year. And I'm fired up. So let's get that group popping, and let's go shatter some goals and scare the crap out of ourselves.
Okay, Michael Rutherford, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Thanks to everybody who hopped on this Zoom tonight. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen over this next week in this crazy group. But y'all hop on the Prove It call, and let's go freaking crazy. Love y'all. Bye.